Designers have a secret. Every breathtaking home you've ever walked into, every space that stopped you cold, made you feel something, made you pull out your phone and take a photo, was built around 5 specific features. Not expensive furniture, not rare materials, not a massive budget. 5 features used deliberately every single time. And after this video, you'll know exactly what they are.
Like and subscribe right now for weekly home design content that actually changes how you see your space. 2 seconds, let's get into it. Here is what separates a designed home from a decorated one in 2026. Decorated homes have nice things. Designed homes have intention. Every decision in a truly breathtaking home, every material, every light source, every sightline was made on purpose. Not randomly, not based on what was on sale. Based on 5 features that every professional designer returns to regardless of budget, style, or location. These features are not trends, they are principles. They worked 50 years ago, they work in 2026, and they will work 50 years from now. Here they are. Feature number 1, the anchor point. Every breathtaking room has one thing in common: a single dominant element that anchors the entire space. One piece that your eye goes to the moment you enter. Everything else in the room exists to support it. Designers call this the anchor point, and in 2026, it is the most powerful and most misunderstood principle in residential design. Most homeowners try to make everything beautiful simultaneously. A beautiful sofa, a beautiful rug, a beautiful light, a beautiful coffee table. All competing, none winning. The result is a room that feels busy and unresolved, despite multiple individually attractive elements. The designer approach is the opposite. Choose one anchor, make it extraordinary, build everything else around it quietly. The anchor can be anything: a dramatic fireplace surround, an oversized piece of wall art that commands the room, that defines the room, a statement light fitting that owns the ceiling, a living wall of plants behind the sofa, a floor-to-ceiling bookshelf. The specific object matters less than the clarity of the choice. One anchor, everything else in service of it. In 2026, the most popular residential anchor points are oversized abstract art, wall art at a scale most homeowners would consider too big, and dramatic pendant or chandelier lighting that owns the vertical space of a room. Both of them accessible at a range of price points, both of them capable of transforming a forgettable room into an unforgettable one.
Feature number 2, the Sightline. Walk into any breathtaking home, and before you consciously process a single detail, you feel it. The space opens in front of you, your eye travels, something beautiful is waiting at the end of the journey. That is not an accident, that is a designed sightline. A sightline is the unobstructed visual path from one point in a home to another, from the front door to a piece of art, from the kitchen to the garden, from the living room through to a beautifully lit bedroom beyond an open door. Designers plan these deliberately in every home they work on. The sightline does 2 things simultaneously. It makes the home feel larger than it physically is because your eye can travel beyond the room you're in, and it creates an emotional experience of arrival, the sense that you are entering somewhere considered and beautiful. Practical application in 2026. Stand at your front door and open it. Where does your eye land? If the answer is a blank wall, a cluttered hallway, or nothing in particular, that sightline is undesigned. One intentional object placed at the end of that line, a piece of art, a beautiful lamp, a plant, a view through to a window, transforms the entire entry experience of your home. Design every major sightline deliberately. The front door sightline, the kitchen to garden sightline, the living room focal wall, the bedroom door view. Each one an opportunity to create a moment of beauty that costs nothing beyond intention.
Feature number 3, layered lighting. If you could change only one thing in your home to make it look dramatically more designed and dramatically more expensive, change the lighting, not the fixtures, the approach. Every breathtaking home in 2026 uses layered lighting, multiple light sources at different heights, different intensities, and different purposes working together to create depth, warmth, and atmosphere. The 3 layers every designer uses: ambient, the general background light of the room; task, focused light for specific functions; accent, light used purely to highlight something beautiful. Most homes have only ambient lighting, one overhead source, flat, bright, clinical. The design intervention is to add the other 2 layers: a floor lamp beside the sofa, an LED strip behind a floating shelf, a picture light above a piece of art, and simultaneously dim the overhead to a supporting role rather than a dominant one. The color temperature rule that changes everything: 2700K warm white for every living and sleeping space, every bulb, every source. Warm golden light makes every surface, every textile, every face in the room look more beautiful. Cool white does the opposite. Dimmer switches on every primary light source. The ability to drop the ambient layer low in the evening and let the accent and task layers create atmosphere is one of the defining features of every truly breathtaking home. Layered lighting is the feature designers use that costs the least and delivers the most.
Feature number 4, natural material moments. There is a reason that every breathtaking home, regardless of style, regardless of budget, includes at least one moment of raw, honest, natural material. A solid timber floating shelf showing real wood grain, a stone countertop with natural veining, a handmade ceramic vase with slight surface irregularity, a linen throw with a visible weave, a terracotta pot with a natural clay color showing through. Our nervous systems respond to natural materials in a way they simply do not respond to synthetic alternatives. The warmth of real timber, the weight of natural stone, the softness of linen. These sensory inputs communicate something ancient and essential: safety, warmth, permanence. In 2026, the most admired interiors don't use natural materials everywhere. They use them intentionally, as moments. One solid timber element in an otherwise painted room, one stone surface among smooth render walls, one handmade ceramic among machine-made objects. The natural material moment works because of contrast. Against smooth, perfect, manufactured surfaces, a single imperfect natural element reads as luxury, as intention, as the detail that someone cared enough to choose. The 2026 rule: every room needs at least one natural material moment. Not an entire room of natural materials, one moment, placed where the eye rests.
And here it is, the feature that defines every breathtaking home and is almost completely absent from most. The feature that costs nothing to implement and delivers more impact than any purchase you could make. Controlled negative space. Negative space is the area of a room deliberately left empty. No furniture, no objects, no decoration, just space, walls, floor, air that breathes and gives the eye somewhere to rest. In 2026, the homes that photograph the most beautifully, that feel the most luxurious, that stop you at the door and make you feel something, all of them have generous negative space built into every room. The homeowners who struggle to achieve this almost always make the same mistake. They fill every surface, every wall, every corner, because empty space feels uncomfortable to them, because they feel they haven't finished. But luxury is not fullness. Luxury is restraint. The confidence to leave a wall bare, to have only 3 objects on a shelf instead of 12, to let a corner of a room simply breathe. Practical application, right now. Walk through your home and identify the room that feels most cluttered. Remove everything from every surface. Then add back only the things that genuinely stop you, only the things you actively love. What remains will be the most beautiful and most intentional version of that room. The breathtaking homes you admire are not fuller than yours. They are more edited. The designers who created them removed more than they added. Negative space is not the absence of design. It is the most confident design decision you can make. 5 features. An anchor point that owns the room. A design sightline that creates arrival and depth. Layered warm lighting that transforms atmosphere. A natural material moment that communicates warmth and intention. And controlled negative space that gives the room to breathe. None of these features require a large budget. Every single one of them requires something more valuable: attention. The willingness to look at your home deliberately and make decisions on purpose instead of by default. That is what every breathtaking home in 2026 has in common. Not money, intention. If this video changed how you see your home, like it right now. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 features is missing from your home right now? I read every single one. Subscribe and hit the bell. New content every week. Design with intention. Live in something breathtaking. See you in the next one.